This is Minister Paul, a watchman on the wall in Northern California. And today is Saturday, June 25th, 2016. I want to share some information that's going to be hard for me to put in words, but I'm going to use everything that was shown to me and do my best to explain this as a watchman. In the beginning of 2016, I changed my banner to False Flag New York 16, and this has been my banner ever since, and I have not removed it. And by false flag, I want to say that what's coming to the area of New York is being intentionally planned by man. And so I want to show you some amazing things that are beyond my comprehension, that I can't understand, that I've been praying on for over 24 hours. I own a Fitbit. I've been wearing one. This is the current one I wear in Alta. I've been wearing two different Fitbits, this one and a previous one, for over 2 years now. And what they do is they track your exercise, they track when you walk, they can track your heart rate, and they track when you sleep. Just keep that in mind. I also have been showing this area where these three red X's are since April 26th and even before that. And I believe a lot of this is not only pertaining to attacks, but also the Brexit. Great Britain exit from the European Union. It's in the book of Daniel in the Bible that these nations are going to come down to 10. And on May of 16th, the Fitbit that I wear gave me a badge, it's called, and I noticed the clock tower says 4 p.m., 1600 hours. I don't know what this means, but I found it interesting. But I find a lot of things interesting. And so I shared it about the London Underground. Again, this whole entire year of 2016, trying to tie in the London area to the United States of America. And it's real easy to do. On the night of the Brexit vote, whether they were going to leave the European Union or not, I was tracking my sleep. I track my sleep. As you can see here, going back a few days, I go to sleep exactly almost the same time every single night. It's just a schedule I have, and I wake up almost the same time every single morning. And this thing on this electronic device run by Bluetooth on my hand, and it's also a watch, tracks my sleep when I awake, when I'm restless. And on the night of the Brexit vote, I woke up at 7:33 a.m. exactly. But I was also awakened where this pink line is at exactly 3:37 a.m. For 1 minute, I was awake. And I noticed something that I've never seen before in wearing a Fitbit that I cannot explain in 2 years. Just please follow me on this. My sleep, this is last night right here. See how these blue thermometer bars, progress bars are all the way across? The night of the Brexit vote, on Thursday morning here, my sleep just vanished off the chart. I've never seen it before. It's as if like I stopped breathing or wasn't here anymore with the heart rate and this and that. I don't know how it keeps track of sleep, but for a period of time, it didn't track anything. Just silence. And so I began praying over this, and I kept being led to the book of Daniel and how the European Union is so involved in this, in these end times and where we're at. And so today in prayer, I kept thinking about, what does this mean? What does this mean? Where did the sleep go? It was just bothering me. And so I asked God. And he said, I want you to count the time of sleep that's missing. And then I want you to, and I wasn't even on the computer, I was praying. And then I want you to add those days together. And then I want you to count forward to those days. And then I want you to warn my people. So follow me on this. This I cannot account for this time. It's gone. This says that from 2209, that's 10:09 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, to 23:35, that's 11:35 Pacific Standard Time. It didn't track any sleep, as if I was gone. There's only 3 things that it can put on the legend on this. It's sleep, restless, or awake. But blank, not even being in the bed or even existing, is not one of the options. You with me? So during this time that I seem to have vanished or the world went silent, it's recording that I went to bed at 22:09 and woke up at 23:35. And then for a period of time, there was silence. So God had me do the math here. So 22:09, that's 51, follow me on this, that's 51 minutes to reach 11:23. And then add 51 to 35. And I'm not doing numerology here. I'm not false teaching anything here. I'm revealing, I don't believe in numerology. Ology means the study of. Psychology, the study of the mind. Numerology, study of numbers. I'm not studying numbers. I'm sharing what I'm shown. And there's a difference. So I want to take the 51, and then I want to add the 35. Can everybody see that? This time is missing in my life. So it's 51 minutes. From 2209 to 2300 is 51 minutes, and then add 35. And I did as God commanded me, and that's 86 minutes. And then God said, well, I want you to go count 86 days from exactly today, from the moment of this prayer, which is today. It's 10:33 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so I put 86 days from today. And you're not going to believe this. It's September 19th, 2016. Well, what about September 19th, 2016? Well, you just go back to my last video that I made yesterday about the Baal arches and the market crash, and be prepared. That's what about it. And when you click this, it shows Boris Johnson here at the Baal arch, and it's exactly 3:37, exactly as the time, the awake time, both times, the silent time. And I'm warning in a vision that I saw this guy that night while I was sleeping. And by the way, the Brexit vote finalized and came in during this time period. I kid you not. During this time period where nothing is logged, that's when the vote came in. Sometime after 3:30 a.m. Check it out for yourself. And so in this video, I'm sharing that I saw this man exposing these Baal arches, and then their market crashing. And it happened. And in the continuation of the vision, while time seems to have blacked out for me, in the continuation of the vision, I'll put a link to this video, I see New York, and then I see the market crash. And this is the graph that I'm using as a thumbnail here. United States stock market crash. Baal up, London, market down. Baal up, United States, market down. So what is this 86 days that God had me research from today that he showed me in a miraculous fashion that I can't even explain myself? It's September 19th, and we're talking about a false flag in New York. And so if you go to the people that are installing these arches, you'll see that they've put a date and a location now for the next Baal arch in the USA, and it's New York on September 19th. Now, I could go way deep in this, but just to be short, it says this. It's a quote by Salvador Dali. It says, New York, September 19th, 2016. New York, you are ancient Egypt. Again, the timeline. Egypt had an evil pharaoh. I just want you to pay attention to this. And they go on to say about the Statue of Liberty, and I'll put a link to this so you can read. But they now name that the arch will stand in Manhattan. So they now give an exact location and an exact date. And it just so happens to be 86 days from today. It just so somehow, in a non-coincidence way, because I don't believe in coincidence, just so happens to be the time missing from my sleep on the night of the British exit. And it just so happens to line up with everything that I've been warning about and other people have been warning about. I mean, all year. All year. I had a London alert a week ago. I said, please do not ignore. And so, am I saying something's going to happen on the exact day of September 19, 2016? I don't have that knowledge. I'm just a man. But I know on October 3rd, and someone should do that math, it's the year 5 and 3 sevens. 777 begins on the Hebrew calendar. And I fully believe God operates off the Hebrew calendar. Because when Jesus spoke to Saul on the road to Damascus with his conversion from Saul to Paul, it literally records that he spoke in Hebrew. And that's my backing on that as a minister. So here's the thing, and I want to end with this. God showed us something amazing. I need people to help me share this message anywhere and everywhere you can. Put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram, put links to it, download it, re-upload it, I'll put it on Mix. Because there's so many people in the YouTube community that think that any day now we're just going to be caught up and vanish. And God has been showing me exactly the opposite. He's been saying, I want you mentally and spiritually strengthened to stand. Because things are coming that you will have to go through. And so, this is just my life. I'm not trying to tell everybody how they should live their life. But there is no one, I will tell you this, there is no one here in the YouTube community that can guarantee you're going to be caught up on any specific date. And every date everyone is given for a rapture has been wrong. And they continue to set dates, and people flock to them. When God is telling me, warn people, store up on water and loose cash and, have an alternate form of power for your refrigerator. There are people out there have kids and they need food and water to survive. And there's no guarantee that we can leave out of here. There is no guarantee. I've been on YouTube 4 years. I'm putting this out there. I'm putting myself out there. I'm not setting a date, but I'm going to say beginning on this date and after, all hell's going to break loose. And I'm asking you to prepare for it. And I'm praying for you. And I ask you to help me share this with everything in my entire being. I do not want to come in here on a Saturday and make a video. But I must. That's the job I was given. And now I warn. And I ask you to share. And that's all I can do aside from prayer. And I'm praying constantly. Because we're heading into a storm.